Uh,
I do need a full refund.
for what?
The train ride, part of Zim's description on Twitch for the thing starting up.
Ah.
Newest Smash Ultimate DLC could potentially be revealed before E3.
Sorry?
The next Smash Brothers DLC character could be revealed before E3.
I think we all know exactly who it's gonna be.
I also hope it's Waluigi.
No, it starts with an S.
Shovel Knight.
No,
I think it should be Shovel Knight. You should
I think
change
it's
your
gonna be
answer.
Sans Undertale.
Sans
No,
Undertale.
not a fucking... No. What you don't understand is that it's going to be all of Fortnite.
No, it's gonna be
Just
Aqua.
Fortnite.
It's gonna be
Just
Aqua.
Fortnite.
We like.
No, you need it played really poorly on kazoo.
Wait, are you sure it's not going to be a Dovahkiin, because Nintendo's usually like 8 years late to everything?
Hell yeah.
Maybe. Dragonborn.
Ah, yes, Bad Kazoo covers number 22, Megalovania.
That video hurts my brain.
I can't wait to listen to it.
Man, I live for bad music covers. It's fantastic.
I don't know. I feel like this video I posted is actually genuinely bad.
Listen to the one I just posted. It's so bad.
Shitty fluted.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
There was another one that actually had like shitty vocals too. I'm trying to find it.
I have flashbacks. Freaking recorders.
Man, I would really be a fan of watching Family Guy Funny Moments compilation 71. Really like that one in particular.
Word of our community's acclaim spreads.
This is the wrong. Please God, let me delete that.
Wrong chat.
Rock chat. There we go. It's finally gone. It's
Alright,
meant to
guys.
go on this one.
That sounds alright.
Alright, well, I also got this one.
I
This is-
I gotta listen to this.
I feel like this one is the quintessential of what we were doing before.
I like the kill count at the bottom.
Yeah.
When he gets to Asia, it's great.
He's just
There's almost none in Africa too. Kill count is 4 billion.
Yep. Seeing that. and a half.
More than Thanos.
Hey Yakko, that was not half of the population right there.
That
Your
was
math is off.
59%.
I think Yakko wiped out more people on Earth than Thanos.
Why do you insist this, dog?
Ooh, no. Okay. I have a better picture. Where was it?
Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. I am Razim and this is Echoes of Eberron Dungeons and Dragons. I'll turn it over to Ray.
Or Dova?
No, Ray.
I'll just go ahead and do it.
Wait,
By the way, the music's still on.
I know it is.
What?
It
Slowly
always
fading
is.
out. Yeah.
The music's always
right.
on.
So, last time on Echoes of Eberron, we spent some time in town after returning our bounty, doing a little rest and getting some shopping done. After all the help and support Zerth had shown me to help find where I came from, I decided to help buy him some armor, donning it with my primary rune to symbolize how I see his soul as kin, like how the elves welcomed me as their own. Afterwards, we picked up a new bounty, recovering military spellbooks from the Mournlands. On the ride west, our train was attacked by bandits from the airship that had been following us, but we fought them off. They've been after our group from day one, or who exactly is so interested in us? And we will continue. We will find out. So, last session, you guys had recovered from your little dungeoneering experience after hunting down the Kyrian soldier. I forgot his name. Off to a great start.
Byler or something?
Bolor Lin. That's what his name was. You guys had apprehended him. He was kind of in a coma when he actually went to jail. But, that's not really your problem anymore. And you were paid handsomely, so,
Tales of our endeavors proliferate.
taking up the offer on one of the bounty boards, one of the notice boards, you have embarked towards the Mournlands, intent on retrieving some military or war mage spell shards. Basically, magical spell books that the battle mages were able to use to focus their spells. During the train ride on the second day, actually no, not on the second day, it wouldn't take that long. But you were attacked. Or the train was. The train was attacked by an airship containing a handful of what you know to be a handful of bandits. You guys had fought off a Minotaur. You'd fought off the Warforged guard, and now you are kind of holding on for dear life, as a quite sturdy harpoon has been anchored into the cargo car between the steerage compartment and the common class compartment. And at the current time, you guys are in the common class car. There's quite a large hole in the floor and the sides of the walls, as two explosions had gone off, kind of in the same place. The second blast ripping away the floor, and you can see that there's quite a large gap in this hallway, and you can see the ground zipping by below. However, the airship began to pull, or it began to just continue going straight while the train turned. Thus, the car is kind of steering a little bit off of the tracks, and you can see those anchor stones zipping by the hole in the floor, getting closer and closer to one side. All right, so we will continue on with combat, since we are still in initiative and combat is still ongoing. It is going to be Yark's turn. So, Yark, the car shudders and creaks as the attractive forces between the anchor stones and the carriage try to pull it back on course, while the airship above and its rather sturdy harpoon line pull the car in the opposite direction off the tracks.
So essentially, the train is turning and the ship is trying to make us not turn.
Yes.
How many harpoons are stuck in the place?
One big one. You can't see exactly where it's anchored, but it seems to be somewhere in the cargo carriage. But you can see the rather thick line leading up from somewhere on the roof to the airship itself.
Hmm. Do you remember if I already threw down my turret today?
I don't think you have.
I don't think I have either. I think that was my next course of action after I enchanted my sword.
Hmm.
Which I only got to do because, and then they all left.
They are running away. Currently, there are no bandits within your car. They have retreated to the cargo carriage.
I know the
Alright.
Minotaur is unconscious, right?
They are not. Are you thinking of the Warforged guard
Oh,
that
yeah. Okay.
Zerth
Uh,
logged?
How-
I
Oh
got
no,
the
that was
Warforged.
Dusty that got him.
Yeah, the rest are running away. They threw a bomb, and Soda is not doing so great right now.
No.
Can I tell how long we have until something catastrophic happens?
Until something catastrophic happens, give me.
An intelligence check?
Yeah. Without it, you can make an intelligent guess, but you guess by the amount of force that you feel kind of surging through the floor, maybe 10, 15 more seconds of this.
Alright, is there any easy way onto the roof?
You reckon that there's got to be a roof hatch somewhere in this car. You wouldn't be able to see it from right here. There's also the option of going between the cars and just kind of jumping up to the roof from there. You know that sometimes when you were kind of walking up to your class and kind of exploring the carriage, there were these ladders on either side in between cars. So that if you kind of
Okay.
exit out the door and you're standing on this little gangplank, you could reach that ladder and just climb up.
Alright, I'll go ahead and try doing that. And I'll use my
Alright.
dash action to get as far as I can. I need to
Alright.
get to the hook, the harpoon.
I'd say it would take your full turn to get up on the roof.
Oh, including my action?
Yep. Do you go towards the front of the car, or towards the front of the train, or towards the rear of the train? Because towards the rear of the train, there's that big gap in the floor.
Now that I think about it, I'd like to not use my turn, my action this turn, because I kind of need that.
All right.
For what I was planning, I'm not sure. I'm reading my spells and stuff. Sorry.
All right.
I need to look at my options.
But we have influence.
I got it.
Alrighty.
I need to see if the influence will affect my decision.
Is it picking up the fox?
I mean, that is an option. That is a strident option.
Is there anything that will affect my decision?
It's up to you, I guess. Actually, as you're evaluating your decision or what to do, just in that split second, you can see that out of a cabinet in the wall, some medical supplies have kind of dislodged themselves. Um, what looks to be a small bundle of bandages and 2 red vials can be seen kind of vibrating closer and closer to that gap, about to fall out.
Alright, so Is jumping a strength thing or a dexterity thing?
That would just be straight strength if you want to go distance.
What about height?
Height? That would definitely be a strength thing.
Oh wait,
so
but
you-
This
that's
would be more
based on
athletics.
that's based
Yeah.
on your strength modifier, not your any skill checks
Yeah.
or strength score.
Yeah.
Dang it.
I can bring up the actual rules associated with that. Because there's always something about it which I can never remember. So long jump, you can move your strength score in feet if you take a running start of 10 feet. High jump is 3 plus your strength modifier.
Oh, my high jump is 1 foot. Anyway, so here's what I'm gonna do. Can I run to the ladder, without using my action?
Yeah, I could say you could probably make it to the bottom of the ladder with your movement.
All right, I
You
want
kind
to.
of push the door aside, and you're kind of balanced to jump off of this little plank onto the ladder.
I'm going to toss my force turret up on top of the cart.
All right, you actually toss it straight up, and the wind catches it and pushes it back, and you hear a rather hearty thump as it clamps down on the roof, but you can't really see where it clamps down.
It's fine as long as it's up there.
Mhm.
Is it the end of my turn?
Yep.
All right, cool. Next turn.
So no. Also, when does the turret act?
Oh yeah. I guess on as a bonus action, I'm gonna make it blast the ship.
All right.
I don't know if it's gonna do much, but I can't really do what I intend to do right now.
What's the range?
Give me a second. I can actually pull up the turret.
Here, I brought the ballista onto the initiative tracker.
Thank you. Bringing up its stats. Actions.
Should be right after you now.
120 feet.
120 feet. Yeah, that should hit it. Since it's pulling and there's an angle, yeah. It's basically almost straight up from up here.
All right. In that case, I'll roll the attack. There really isn't anything to roll the attack on, so I guess I'll just roll into the chat.
Ooh, okay.
It does
All right.
2d8 force damage. Do you need that?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's also pushed 5 feet back. Okay.
You're not exactly sure where it hits, but you hear it discharge as it hits something on the airship, but you're not sure what. You hear the crack of wood, though it sounds kind of light, maybe a railing or something. All right. Sino.
I've got no idea what to do with him. We've got... So no enemies that we know of are left on the ship.
That you can see right now. And there might be some more on the actual airship. And to
Save
your
your
knowledge, there
dog.
are at least 2 on the train right now, heading out of your car and into the cargo carriage.
Oh, they're still heading out of my car?
Well, they're currently out of it right now. They just left.
Oh.
The door's kind of swinging closed behind them.
Alright, I think the best thing for me to do right now is some healing.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
There. DeSoda's basically just gonna stay with me right now.
You forget about. Well, DeSoda actually has to climb up.
Oh, yeah!
Would you like to help with that?
Yes, I would have been
Okay.
helping with that instead of
Yeah, that's
Yes,
why I said
technically
dude,
I-
save your dog.
Go ahead and give me either a strength check with advantage from either you or DeSoto.
Alright.
And just so you know, Inun is currently unconscious. All right. You grab onto his fur, you grab onto his collar, and start pulling him up. And your foot actually slips, and for a brief moment, you think you're going out of the hole. But your claw kind of manages to catch onto the wood, and you manage to pull him up. You are both prone, but you are no longer in danger of falling out.
Can I still have the healing on him? I mean, it is a touch spell anyways.
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
consider that your movement bonus action.
Okay. Well then, yeah, they're both done.
All right. Now the Bandito is still in the steerage class car with Blue, Dusty, and Zerk. However, things are not going his way, so he is going to. He's currently not in melee engagement with anyone at the moment, so he is going to start backing up through into the cargo carriage, and he is going to just give an underhand lob of a small clay container with a few arcane runes on it. As it shatters on the ground in front of you guys, there's a flash of green flame as alchemist fire spreads out along the floor and begins to climb into the empty space and just look at the ceiling. It isn't catching yet, but you think it's going to. I think my man Blue is going to charge. So he is going to go through the fire. Just do dexterity check going through it. As he kind of jumps over the flames. Makes the check. And that wouldn't really be enough space as he disappears through the door, chasing after the Bandito. Dusty.
Oh boy.
There is
So,
a giant. There's a big fire of a green fire just in front of the door leading out of the carriage. And the black smoke from it is starting to pile up and billow out of the open windows.
good thing those windows are open. He's going to look
Especially
around.
the broken one.
Well, there's two broken ones. He broke another one to get back in, remember?
Yeah.
He's going to look around at all these people and think, oh, this is going to be a problem. Now, these criminals are in full retreat, right?
Yeah, they're pissing off.
Right. And the cargo thing where I saw the anchor was behind me, yes?
In front of you.
We're behind cargo.
Zerth, Dusty, and Blue are in the last car of the train.
Right.
The cargo carriage is in front of you guys. The rest of the people, Inun, Yark, DeSoto, and Sinel, you guys are in the common class carriage, and you guys are in front of the cargo carriage that's being harpooned.
He's going to he wants to do many things right now, but in the interest of coming out of this alive, he's going to tell everyone, all right, keep sitting and hold on to something real tight. Just do it. Just do it. And then he's going to look at a window and then look at Zerth and say, you got shot a lot. Please, 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 please be okay. I'm gonna get on the roof and fight these guys. Bye.
All right.
I have no words. Just angry hissing.
I really
I-
hope I got on the right cart with the harpoon in it.
So you are you gonna go out through one of the broken windows?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and give me an acrobatics check. All right, you managed to kind of spiral through the window without damaging yourself. That would take, I'd say, 15 feet of your movement, and then
And
to
I'm
head
going to
up
get
towards
on the
where
roof. Yep.
you can use the rest of your movement to get on the roof of your own car. And then one car ahead is, you can clearly see now, the steel shaft of a harpoon currently buried into the roof of the cargo carriage.
Can I double move over to that?
Yeah, you can dash to basically use 50 feet of flying to get over to the where the harpoon is.
Whoosh.
All right. And as you are kind of arriving, you see that one of the roof hatches is open, and climbing out of it is a half-orcish woman.
Hey there, ma'am. Get back in there.
As she brings out one of these rather heavy-looking crossbows. It's kind of awkward, but she's hauling it out, and her balance is being augmented by that third arm on her shoulder.
Oh.
I forget, is that a biological or mechanical third arm?
Mechanical.
Okay,
Biological.
good
Is
to know. What?
Yep, artificery.
it? Oh.
Alright
Yep.
then.
It's
Someone
definitely
like
not her.
Alchemist.
Yeah, it's definitely not a.
Can I
And
close
normal.
the hatch on her? Can I
That would have been your.
Reaction?
Yeah.
I haven't used it.
No. Clunk.
No, I don't think you would.
No.
Yeah, so you use your movement and your action to dash and get over there.
Yes.
You're still around 10 feet, 15 feet from that hatch. You're currently at where the actual harpoon is buried
Okay.
into the roof.
I wasn't saying no to answer for Dova. I was imagining Dusty just saying no and closing the lid.
I mean, he did say, get back in there.
She does not seem to be taking your advice.
Ma'am, you are going to make a mistake. I am the murder bat.
You say that. Yeah. So, is that going to be the end of your turn? Do you have anything you can do as a bonus action?
I don't think so.
All right.
I'm just warning you, I am the knight.
The Minotaur's turn. He is doing his own thing. Actually, you would see the half-orc woman almost get pushed up from down below. And she is now kind of standing proudly on the deck, aiming both of her
You know
heavy
what?
crossbows at you.
I realized there was something I could do as my bonus action, something I should have done with my bonus action.
Yeah?
Yeah, spend a key point and take dodge.
Mm-mm. A little bit late for that. I can't remember if you are stabilized or not.
I have one save. No, I'm 28 of wounds, 27 max.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a death saving throw then. All right, that's the second success. Nice. All right, it's the half-orc's turn. She's going to fire twice with her heavy crossbows at Dusty. All right. That first one is a critical miss,
Ooh.
and that second
Crit
one
deck.
was a that's a 19 to hit.
I'd like to use missile deflection.
All right.
So what was it?
Well, let's see how much damage they do.
Nat 1?
Critical fail.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you
That was
roll a card, Dova?
ranged. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, the first one is a critical fail. Let's see if she still has a weapon.
Pinned! A loose piece of clothing is pinned to the ground by your projectile. You cannot move until you free yourself.
Oh. That's lame.
I mean, technically, if she can't move, that means she can't attack.
She's got a crossbow.
I think it just means her movement. She can still use
Yeah.
range attacks, probably. I can still use my arms even if my clothes, my coat is glued to the floor.
Yep. So, it seems that the leg of her pant has actually caught onto a jagged edge of the hatch as she curses and fires. You take. Actually, do you get a modifier to the deflection, or is it
Do
just
I?
1d10?
I'm not sure. This hasn't come up a lot yet. Let's see. Deflect missiles. Ah, plus my dexterity plus my monk level.
So d10 plus dexterity plus monk level.
Yes, that'd be
Alright.
plus 10. I can deflect missiles up to 15. Oh, that would have been great on that first crossbow that hits Earth. I didn't know that.
She rolled a 6 for damage.
Ah.
So yeah,
I
that
just
would be
catch it. I just
you catch it. She looks pissed as that tertiary arm is now reloading, pulling back on the strings and loading her crossbow for her. Zerth.
Alright, so I just saw the bandito go in front of me. Is anybody behind me?
Behind you, no, aside from the rather frightened civilians.
And I don't see DeSoto falling in that hole.
No, you would not. He's in a separate car.
Okay. I'm gonna chase after the bandito.
Alright, go ahead and give me a dexterity check as you run through the alchemist fire.
Dexterity check. Let's see.
Alright. You're successful. You basically just jump over it as you smartly hold your breath and don't breathe in any of the rather noxious fumes. Alright, you are through. And ahead of you, you see the rapidly closing door behind Blue as he charges forward as well. Just like pointing his sword forward in a, almost like a lance.
Alright, so the bandito's closing the door.
What?
I say, what door's closing?
The doors between the carriages. They just kind of close on their own due to maybe spring pressure or something.
I don't see the bandito, do I?
No, you do not. But he's somewhere ahead, obviously.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Cure. Okay, since I can't see him, I'm gonna run after him. But in the meantime, I'm gonna cast. Let's see, I can't attack him because I don't see him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself then.
Alright.
Ooh. And then I'm gonna use a bonus action to Healing Word myself.
Alright.
Alright, that's much better.
So, as you charge forward, you can see inside the actual cargo compartment now. And inside here, it's a little bit torn up and obviously broken into from above. And this steel cage that was surrounding the cargo goods on one side has been kind of cut and torn open. And you can now see inside some of the crates have been rummaged through, as well as on the far side of the room. A minotaur is currently climbing up through the hole with the bandito at the foot of the ladder, readying his basically a machete and pointing it towards you. All right, I believe that's your turn.
Yep.
The carriage shakes and shudders as it continues to change direction. Actually, looking up into the ceiling where the harpoon is embedded, you can see it shift and start to shear as start to warp as the forces on it get stronger and stronger, pulling it out of line, and the floor actually starts to tilt slightly towards the outside. Yark, you're at the foot of the ladder between two of the cars.
All right, cool. I'm gonna climb the ladder.
All right, that'll be 20 feet of movement.
All right. Now I am on the cart with the harpoon in it, right?
No. The car with the harpoon on it is one car to the rear. So about 60 feet from you.
Great. All right. Well, what am I gonna do? I guess I will shoot a firebolt at the harpoon, and my cannon will do a turret blast
All right,
at it.
you're aiming for the harpoon.
Yeah. Is
Go
it?
ahead and.
I'm
Sorry?
guessing it's like some super sturdy nylon metal rope or something like that.
Yeah, it looks to be pretty robust if it's able to pull a train like this.
Yeah. I'm making attack roll, right? For both of them.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Crap.
I'll leave the harpoon to you. I'm just making sure these guys don't escape their just punishment.
I missed what Dova said because my headset told me to charge it.
Yes, make attack rolls.
Oh yeah.
It misses. Okay, figures. Now my force ballista, which is honestly the more important one. Hey, that's a number.
Yeah, oh yeah, that'll hit. Switching from the actual airship to the ballista. Sorry, the airship to the harpoon. All right.
And it does have a bit of
firing
force
towards
to
the. I don't think that would apply since it's pretty firmly in there.
I figured it might do something though. I don't know.
You actually see it kind of wrench to the side as it gets hit. The ballista itself doesn't seem harmed, but the material beneath it, holding, kind of gripping into the train, seems to suffer quite a bit from that wrenching to the side before the airship's line pulls it taut again.
I'm also going to.
As for the firebolt, it actually bounces off and just kind of ricochets for about 60 feet before it just kind of dissipates.
I'm gonna have my turret go over to that car. It can move up to 15 feet on each of my turns.
To 15 feet?
And
it would be able to get up to the edge of this car.
Okay, that's closer at least.
All right. As Sinnoh and DeSoto would hear a clacking sound, like a multitude of metal legs clanking on the rooftop as the turret moves. Sinnoh, you are currently prone on the ground with DeSoto.
Good. You're
Is
safe.
a Noon okay yet? Can I even see a Noon?
Yeah, he's right behind you.
Okay.
You actually check to see if everyone's all right, and he's currently on the ground, smoke and soot rising from his clothing.
Okay, I'm gonna get up and go heal him.
All right.
Why is the Ranger doing most of the healing?
Because you get druid spells.
And
Yeah,
I
I
can't
don't.
see him.
I have a healing thingy, Mabob, but I'm fighting everything right now.
Alright. Well, I'm out of second level spell slots.
I was just
All
sitting
right,
there.
that's a that was a thick roll. Holy
That
shit!
was good. That was fun. I'm just sitting there. It's like you pet your dog and you give it a healing treat. I'm sitting there conscious.
Oh no!
You're stabilizing. You're stabilizing.
Toes
Oh
are
no! Runs over, picks up the dog out of the hole. Oh, you'll be all better, boy. I promise. Pets him, and then stomps on the ground next to him.
And then Zerth was like, "Oh, I got a paper cut. Better heal that."
It was a very deep paper cut.
He
Oh,
was shot twice by bolts.
Everyone looked at the medical supplies that opened up on the wall, and no one took them.
I got
I didn't
hit
even
direct
see
with a freaking piece of dynamite.
Is
I
anyone
have-
gonna grab
DeSoda's gonna
those medical
stand
supplies,
up.
by the way?
No one grabbed the medical supplies, Dova.
No one grabbed them.
I don't think I'll
Well,
be
Siddle,
in cart-
DeSoda, and Inun were a little preoccupied with, just living
That's
a little
fair.
longer. The rest of
At
you
about
had
this
no
point.
excuse.
At
I
about
had
this
to make sure
point,
they
they
didn't
would fall
escape.
through the hole in the floor. They would fall through the hole in the floor, and you can see briefly as one of the pieces of steel rebar catches the satchel by the strap. It's still there, but it's going to be a heck of a lot harder to grab it now.
I'm not gonna lie. I originally thought that the car that we were on was the one that was hooked on, and I thought we were saving us. But anyway,
Mm.
we continue.
It's the Bandito's turn.
Are they on the roof, or are they still getting to the roof?
The Bandito is currently in the cargo carriage on the ground, dealing with Blue and Zerth. He's currently about to climb up the ladder. As the Minotaur in front of him starts to climb, he's going to climb right behind it. And from the ladder, he's going to... He gets multi-attack.
Hello, friends.
He's going to toss another vial of Alchemist Fire at Blue.
Stop burning my friends!
Oh, yeah.
Stop burning my friends!
Blue takes 3 points of fire damage and is now aflame. Oops. There we go. All right. He's going to ready his sword, basically pointing it down the ladder, making it clear that anyone who gets close is going to get. Blue's going to get close.
So, if I may ask, everyone is concentrating on that ladder.
Yeah, they're currently trying to get up it.
I have fire.
Backstep punching attacked.
I have
Ooh,
a
that
fireball
missed.
spell.
All right. Yeah. That's that. Blue is just going to fucking swing hard with that long.
I thought he was on fire.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Just checking.
He rolled a 22 to hit. That is 13 points of slashing damage, and Blue, being on fire and not really taking care of it at all right now, is going to take 4 more points of fire damage. Alright, and this is the nasty green blackish smoke. Dusty, your turn.
So, who's on the roof right now?
Currently on the roof is that half-orc woman and you, along with the force ballista and the harpoon.
Alright, and I can clearly see people below her trying to get up.
Yeah.
Can I toss something past her?
Sure. What do you want to toss?
An alchemist fire. I want to toss it down that ladder.
You have alchemist fire.
I have 3.
All right.
Just giving you options here.
I also have a fireball spell.
I thought, do you still have a fire breath potion?
I do. I do still have your fire breath potion from Dragon Shard. Or Dragon Shard powder.
You have many options.
I have many options for AoE.
All right. So go ahead and give me a ranged weapon attack. It would be improvised. So just do it with your
Dex mod?
dexterity modifier. Yeah.
Alright, so a d20 plus 5.
All right, and you're aiming for the ladder hole.
Yes.
That
I
would
want to
get
get-
it.
I want to get her, and everyone's trying to get up the ladder right now.
All right, that actually probably would hit all. As the alchemist fire kind of drips down from its impact. So that would be your action.
Let's see. On hit, everyone takes a d4 of fire damage, and at the start of their turns, they burn. Dusty yells, "I'm helping!"
4, 3. All right, so the half orc takes 4. Minotaur takes 3. Bandito takes 2.
Yeah, try climbing up flaming ladder. I dare you! And he puts away his arrow, or his bolt, his heavy crossbow bolt, and says, "Thanks."
All right, add one heavy crossbow or one crossbow bolt to your inventory. Yeah,
He will.
enjoy it.
He lifted our entire heavy crossbow by accident.
All right, it's the Minotaurs.
He's probably unhappy that he's on fire. Thanks.
He's a little angry right now. As you can see, an animalistic rage kind of sweep across his features. His kind of blunt hands almost dig into the wooden top of the train as it hauls itself out and immediately charges toward.
I'm helping!
All right, so that is. Towards Dusty. That's a 18 to hit.
That is my AC.
That is your AC, then it'll hit. All right, so that's going to be 48 plus 4 piercing.
Oh, that's a bolt?
Yep, that is the
Oh,
charge
missile deflection,
attack.
please.
It is the bowl, not the bolt.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
you said bolt.
it is a little bit big to deflect.
Well, okay. I can take that. Oh man, I forgot. I had my bonus action. I should have dodged. I keep forgetting that. How much damage? 40, 21?
That is going to be. That is a really light damage. Go ahead and give me a strength saving throw, though. All right, you made the DC. As it charges forward, whipping its head backwards and side to side as it manages to get one good hit in with its horns. Though you manage to push back with just enough strength to keep it a little bit off balance so that it can't force you back quite away. So yeah, 16 points of damage. I don't know if you already applied that or not.
I have not.
So that'll bring you to 39. There you go. Alright, he's going to continue being unconscious. Anun, you're feeling
Oh.
great.
Did the Minotaur take his burning damage?
Oh, that's a good point.
And is it at the beginning or at the end of his turn?
Should have been at the beginning.
Okay.
but it takes 1 damage. So
I should be within line of sight, right, of the Minotaur.
no, the Minotaur is currently on the roof.
On the roof.
Uh,
You
Oh,
are
it's
in
on-
the cart.
you
Oh, it's on the roof now. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm having an epic Matrix roof battle right now. Like on top of the trucks, but it's a train cart.
Let me see. Oh, all right. Can I Misty Step onto the roof of the train?
You have to see your
Um,
destination.
Oh, that's true.
I think you have to see the actual ground of the destination.
I don't know about
or-
that part.
Nah,
You just the spot
there
where
would
you
be
want
a
to
hole in
touch.
the roof actually, so you could go up there if you want. Though it's kind of on the edge, and if you teleport it up there, you might have a hard time keeping a grip immediately.
Ah, I don't have Spider Climb prepared. Darn.
You wouldn't be able to cast it on the same turn anyway.
I know. Well, Misty Step's a bonus action.
Yes, but you can only cast one leveled spell and a cantrip in a turn. You can't cast 2 leveled spells in 1 turn.
Okay. Let's see then. Can I see? Totally forgot that I could actually go. I didn't prepare anything. So the ladder's still on fire, isn't it?
Yes, and everyone who's holding it gets on fire also.
Okay. Can I move train cars to where there are people now, or is there? Because there's no one in my car, right?
No. You would have to get to the cargo carriage. You would have to either jump the gap in the floorboards, or you would have to climb up over the roof of your current car.
How far's the gap?
It's about a 12-foot gap.
Yeah, I'm not making that. I have a -1 strength. All right, I'll start climbing.
All right. It would take your full movement to get to the ladder. If you want to go up to the top, you can dash.
Okay.
Dova, I have got a relevant question.
Sure.
What are all the other passengers doing?
Cowering.
Panicking.
Yeah,
many of
they're
them
just
are
staying in their
dead?
seats and hoping.
That's a great question. Although you guys really haven't been paying attention.
Yeah.
I did. I told them to like, hey, things might go down, so stay where you are and hold on to something real tight.
So they're currently in a car that might be on fire.
Oh.
I didn't shatter them,
Remember
so.
that?
The car's on fire, but he told us to not move.
I have so many things to start fires, but not put them out.
Prestidigitation can put out fires 5-foot cube at a time.
What was that?
Prestidigitation can stop fires.
Don't have it.
What kind of wizard art? Anyway. I don't know. There actually aren't a whole lot of things to put out fires. There's create water, but that's a cleric
Except
spell.
more fire! Throws alchemist fires.
I know there's control flames, but that's only for small things.
Mm-hmm.
So you are now up on the roof. You have your bonus action left.
I don't.
Misty
Have
stepped
anything.
directly in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, I don't have anything to bonus action with.
Hello, friend!
That's cool.
We will continue then.
Alrighty then.
Welcome to being a mage, where your bonus action almost always goes to waste.
It is the half-orc's turn.
Dusty seems surprised and happy to see you. Burning damage.
She's actually going to that tertiary arm of hers is going to wrap around the cable, just kind of hooking the arm completely around it, kind of anchoring her in place. And she is going to
Did she
keep a
free
close
herself?
eye. What?
Did she free herself?
Not yet. But she is basically in that same. No, she would have to free herself.
Yeah, it's 15 feet away.
Which is her action, right?
Yep. So she would make
Also-
the strength check to get out of that. And then
she's
she would
not on
go. She is on fire, actually.
Yeah, that's why I said burning damage.
Burning damage, and it also takes an action to put yourself out.
Yep. She's gonna get herself unstuck and anchor herself to the
I'm next to the cable, aren't I?
to the. No, you're a little ways back.
Oh.
Yep.
I was about to say.
Hey, Dova,
reaction.
do you have a picture we could put this on?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
May I see it? No.
No. All right. That's 1 damage of fire.
Dang, my fire. It's
The
worthless.
train is on fire, Seymour. All right.
No, Mom, it's just justice.
It's just
Zerth.
All right. So I'm kind of like in between. Do I see the bag hanging from under the train car?
No, you would not be able to see it from here.
Okay.
You're currently in the cargo car.
Okay. Do I see the kicking legs of the bandito?
Well, he's currently pushing upwards. Actually, no, he's not. He's still like halfway up the ladder right now. Currently under attack by Blue.
I'm gonna toll the dead him.
All right. That's a Constitution saving throw or a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
All right. Wisdom saving throw 12. Does that make it?
Ooh. Nope.
All right. What's the DC? 13?
14.
14. Gotcha. Go ahead and roll damage. He has been damaged, so you get to use the D12.
Alright, I gotta cast it twice because I haven't fixed it yet.
Oofda. 17 points of damage. He's not looking so hot.
Alright. Can I get over to melee range to him?
Yeah.
Alright.
Once
I'm
you
gonna
charge through. You kind of jump through the opening, the wrenched opening in the grate.
I'm gonna my modified hammer.
All right. You can still attack with that after casting Toll the Dead.
I can do a bonus action up to my wisdom modifier for melee attacks. Yep. And then I think it's long or short rest. Before
Gotcha.
I get that back.
All right, that'll hit. Wow. Oh, he is barely hanging on. His eyes are barely open. He's gritting his teeth, and you think he says a curse in some language that you're not exactly familiar with.
Dusty calls down from the top. I feel revenge. Is revenge happening? Good.
The revenge is happening.
The entire car creaks and groans. Through the opening in the floorboards, that huge gash, you can see that the train has currently deviated almost completely off of these weakened bolts of arcane energy are now trying in vain to pull the carriage back onto the train. If it is going to come off the tracks, it is going to come off within a few seconds.
Oh, we should probably slash that thing, but I'm also getting murdered right now, so someone else.
Yark.
Yar, can you kill this Minotaur?
Oh, but they're on the car. But you guys are on the cart that's about to be dragged away.
Yeah, he's got me on
All the
his
cars are
horn.
connected, by the way.
Yeah, all of them.
So a derail of one of them will likely lead to a derail of all.
I don't know, Dusty. That makes me really want to attack the harpoon.
Well, okay. But I'm very close to the harpoon, so I can attack it with something that pierces.
Does that help?
It's stabby. I also have slashy.
The rope is too strong. Anyway, what's the range on this spell? Touch. God dang it.
Well, you do you. Well, we'll figure something out.
Alright, how about this? So Dova, first I'm gonna firebolt the harpoon.
Okay.
Attack. Yes! Damage.
Right, that'll hit.
Yes!
Ooh.
You force it out.
All right, so go ahead and give the attack for the bolt thrower.
This one I was. Okay, I'll see if I can detach it first. And the ballista's also gonna move up another 15 feet while it attacks. Dang.
It's gonna move forward when it attacks.
Yeah, it's gonna move another 15 feet toward the harpoon.
It would have. It's basically at the edge of the train car, so it would have to jump over onto the cargo.
Okay.
What's its movement?
15.
Does it have strength stat?
Yes, it has 10 across the board.
Go ahead and give me a. Just roll a d20.
Okay.
It tumbles off.
Okay.
All right.
That would explain why it missed.
It's.
Oh, that was very
kind of
mute.
reaches the
That's
edge.
a bad sign.
Braces it, takes a few small like readjusting steps and leaps. And you know those videos where it's like a picture of a cat trying to jump off a hardwood like a table? Basically, its rear legs just give out and it gets no traction, and it coincides with a rather heavy shuddering bump of the train as it tumbles down between the cars, and you feel a distinct. You hear a distinct shattering noise as it collides into one of the guiding stones below.
Guys, before we continue, I need the turret clip sound effect. I don't know what it is.
No.
Please. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that one.
Thank you.
All right, your turret has been dashed against the rocks of
How big was the
the
explosion?
train. Does it explode?
I mean, it can. That's up to you, I
want it
guess. I was going to have it run up to the harpoon and self-destruct, but it's up to you whether or not it explodes upon death. In this situation.
I mean,
I
most
have
of your
a number-
things
I'm
tend
thinking-
to self-destruct.
I'm
Most of-
thinking of a number. It's either 1 or 2.
7.
If you say the number I'm thinking of, it explodes.
I'm gonna say 1.
All right. The only sounds that you can hear are the rushing sounds of wind and the groans and creaks of the train as it continues to kind of flex under its own weight.
It does not
Uh.
explode.
Until suddenly, at around the gap between the steerage class and the cargo carriage, there is a tremendous explosion.
Oh no! It's those people! I wanted them to be safe.
Fatality.
Go ahead and roll damage for that explosion.
Ah, jeez. Well, I hope they hold on to some things.
DC 13 deck
Oh,
save, take half damage if they fail. I don't know if that's relevant.
Well, the train doesn't really have a dex modifier.
And release Force Ballista.
So,
Ooh.
You are not prepared.
let me see if let me see if the car is actually still attached to the train.
Oh.
Hey, that was pretty good. You kind of tense up and look backwards to see what the damage is, and it seems that the car is actually still following. Though from up here, you can see that the front end of it is a little bit charred and splintered and a little bit caved in, as there's a sizable debris field on the track behind you as you continue on past.
Ooh.
That's going to be expensive.
Yeah.
All right.
They're not gonna.
However, that fireball hit squarely on the little anchor knot where the rope anchors into the harpoon point, or so the harpoon shaft. And looking closely at it, you can see a bunch of the threads are actually frayed now. It wouldn't really take that much more on the knot to release it.
I really wish the ballista hit. I imagine it does the cat thing where it jumps, it hits the edge, and then it fires, and it just goes.
Yep.
Oh, is it free?
No, it's very close though.
Oh,
Sinnoh.
Okay, Siddle's definitely hurting, but everybody's not at risk of dying now, so, well,
my blood.
not
My
as bad.
organs?
I guess he is hurting quite a bit.
I fell on my keys.
I have a minotaur in my torso.
Can Siddle see where the rope is starting to fray on the,
Oh, it's the anchor that's almost out.
Yeah, you are currently on or inside the train, so you'd have to either climb on the roof or do some sneaky shenanigans.
I will climb on the roof.
All right. That would take your movement and a dash.
I've got a climb speed.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Then
Pine marten, they live in trees.
you could probably make it up there with all of your movement, and we'll say a bonus act.
I mean, he's got 30 feet of climbing.
Mm-hmm. The
But,
30 feet
alright.
gets you to the ladder.
Alright. So now can I see where it's fraying on the... I'm assuming
Yes.
this anchor is what's holding onto the train, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna try shooting it.
Sinnoh, we almost got it. Just a little bit more.
Not much more I can do from here, so I'm gonna shoot it.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage. All right.
And I
So-
used my +1 just to make sure.
The magic enhanced arrowhead, the broadhead, slices through quite a few of those reinforced fibers. You reckon if it wasn't magical, it probably wouldn't have done much. But there's a god awful like tearing, snapping noise as the rope is the giant like cable, almost like what's used for anchoring ships, is pulled away from the harpoon. So everybody, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Yes.
Because the train is going back on track.
Oh boy. Yep. Just as I thought.
Yep, that's about right.
You're on top of the train, right?
I'm holding onto the ladder.
All right, I'll give you that.
There's no point in standing on the roof of it. to not do anything.
All right, so Inun. So Yark.
Yes.
You are knocked prone as the train cars now start to be pulled back towards the turning track, quite violent. Actually, I need to get saving throws for the enemies as well.
Yeah, actually, like that Minotaur who didn't have that much stable footing. I like the sound of that.
She was holding on to the rope,
Okay.
wasn't she?
Bye bye.
The Minotaur and the Bandito are flung off the side.
Oh my god.
They both rolled a 1 and a 2.
Oh my god. Dova, wasn't the orc lady clamped onto the rope?
Exactly. I'm going to. I need to see what fails first. Her breeches, which are currently stuck on the hatch, or the arm.
Oh,
Okay,
I
the
want her
breeches
arm to
fail
get ripped
first.
off.
No, wait, I thought he.
No.
Oh no, she did. She did
You freed
unlatch
yourself
herself.
already.
So
Yeah,
never
somehow
mind.
She both unlatched herself and spent an action to get clamped on. Though I think with
no,
such
the
a
arm
violent
did it on its own.
yank, I was hoping with such a violent yank she'd lose that fucking arm.
I'd rather it carry her away.
Yeah, she's as the rope loosens and lets go. The arm clamped around the rope kind of pulls her backwards. She loses one of her heavy crossbows. As it just it's flung off into the kind of rocky grasslands. She manages to keep a hold in the second one as the rope kind of spirits her away. However, the Minotaur on his cloven feet doesn't really have much traction up here, and it thumps off the side, smashing his horn into the wooden roof of the train before he goes, leaving quite a big imprint.
Dusty.
The Bandito doesn't have much strength left, and as he climbs up to the top, he jumps and reaches for the rope before it torn out of reach for him. As he kind of stumbles forward, the train zips beneath him as he just kind of rolls off.
Is he holding onto the rope?
No, he's gone.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
You hear a yelp of pain as he smashes into something on the rocky bed of the train tracks. But you're not quite sure exactly what happens to the Minotaur as he disappears into a quite large thorn bush. As you guys are rattled around quite a bit too. Zerth, your face is slammed into the side of the ladder as you approach it to climb. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as your snout begins to bleed. Yark,
Yes.
the roof of the train beneath you suddenly jerks to one side, and you find yourself scrambling over the edge. Thankfully, you get your claws hooked in just in time to avoid getting thrown off, but you're now dangling over the side. And we'll see if you're able to actually pull yourself up on your turn.
Okay.
Noon. The jerk of the train. It loosens your grip on the ladder as you find yourself thrown against the opposite train, or the opposite carriage. You kind of bounce off and you manage to regain your faculties just in time to grab the last rung on the ladder. Your feet actually smash against an upright one of the large rocks that populate the bed of the tracks, and your tail and the edge of your cloak are kind of dragging against the ground at a quite frightening speed. The rest of you are able to keep your footing through various means, and yeah. We'll go ahead and end initiative here because well, there's no enemies left on the train. However, there are still some pressing issues.
Save the people! Holy God!
You look behind you, you see that son of a bitch is catching. It is starting to catch fire, like for real.
Oh man, if there wasn't fire, I'd say Dusty wants to fly after that airship. But fire and being responsible. Oh, damn it,
You
Zerk,
hear
you raised this boy
the
right. Damn it.
you hear the panic screams of the people inside the steerage car as they try to fight the fire with what you believe to be the
Gasoline.
watered down grog, and just basically trying to fan the flames a little bit, or to try to smother them out with the various clothing articles they have.
Not fan the flames.
Not fan the flames. No.
Zerth would go start imagining try to get a lot of the civilians farther up the train away from the fire. To
Alright.
administer first aid.
Okay.
To go into the steerage class car, you would have to go through the flame,
I
as it's currently at the front. It's at the front of the car, blocking the entrance.
I'll walk through the flames.
All right, go ahead and give me a dexterity check. All right. You kind of barrel through the flames, jumping over its origin spot in your breath. You are now in the steerage car. The first 15% is currently on fire.
Do I see people?
Oh yeah.
Zerth's gonna yell, "Move your asses away from the fire!"
They would have to run towards you and towards the flames. Otherwise, they can just kind of move towards the back of the train, and that's actually kind of what's happening right now. Most of the people who weren't trying to actively fight the flames kind of retreated towards the back.
Yeah, just trying to get them away, and then Zerth will help out.
All right.
As much as he can.
All right, Sinnoh. What are you doing? You used to see Yark up here, but you actually saw him get flung off towards the side, and you can see his claws gripping into a little piece of trim on top of the carriage.
Then he will go help Yark.
All right. Yark or Sinnoh, go ahead and give me a strength saving throw. Sorry, strength check with it.
Sinnoh. It's impossible for him to have a lower strength than me.
All right, 15. That is the DC.
Sweet. Roller's advantage, usually.
All right. As you barely manage to pull him up, you're both kind of prone and breathing heavily after that bit of a quite strenuous exertion. Anun, are you like crying out for help, or?
He's gonna go ahead and try to pull himself up.
All right. Go ahead and give me a strength.
Well, first let me figure out how this would work mechanically, because at like the peak of his strength, if he can't get up, he's just gonna misty step his ass out of there, because he's mostly concerned to make sure that his cloak doesn't get ruined.
All
He
right.
must fuck about himself. I can heal.
My cloak!
Hey, this thing's important. Alright, so how would you want to do that?
Just go ahead and give me a strength check to begin with.
Okay. Alright, -1. Okay.
All right.
I'm
Out
pretty
of
sure that
pure-
Misty Step is a bonus action, by the way.
It is.
Out of pure like anger as to prevent your cloak from getting torn up, you pull yourself up with pure adrenaline, and you get like 4 rungs up, and you're now like stable on the ladder. And at about this exact
We
moment,
shall
the door leading
Though my
into the
battle cry
train
may
car
give me
opposite of the
away.
commotion, like towards the front of the train, bursts open as 3 of the train's armed guards surge forward.
Let me get this straight. This train had armed guards.
They were in the front. Also, this entire exchange happened in like 30,
I know.
maybe 40 seconds.
I was also
not-
in the trunk. I was in the front and drunk, and I sobered up.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to Yark's concoction.
A lot of things happened in those
Only the
30
last
seconds.
one actually manages to see you. And he kind of gives you a look as he continues onwards. He sees how roughed up you are.
Oh, his eyes are just gonna be like glowing on fire.
He actually just continues past, running towards the source of the fire. Alright. People who are fighting the fire, what are you doing?
I wanted to be fighting the fire, but I'm not
What?
sure how to do it.
I'm probably beating it with my tail.
Alright. Go ahead and give me a survival check.
Ooh.
You're
No.
not making much progress. In fact, you think the fire might actually be still growing.
Shit.
I'm gonna look over to Dusty and be like, I have a feeling we're gonna be blamed for this one too.
We saved these people! They saw us save them! They saw us save them.
We did it. We saved Bikini Bottom.
Hmm. Actually, do I have... See, what do I have?
Do you have crate water?
No. I got oil. I could add to the fire. No more.
Don't do that, please.
Is there any, like, loose clothes or something from, like, baggages floating around? that I can use to,
Yeah.
like,
There's a few suitcases, kind of, or carry-on stuff.
I'm gonna break them open and then use the flames.
Okay. Using that, you think you're actually making a little progress. However, you guys have been breathing the smoke in for a decent amount of time as far as smoke inhalation goes. Go ahead and give me Constitution saving throws.
I am so good.
All right,
I am not.
Zerth, you have been right in the thick of it for about a full minute, and for checks and stuff, you'll be at disadvantage for anything that requires physical strength, as a lot of the air has been kind of sucked out. You're not getting much oxygen, and it's very, very hard to breathe right now. It's also very hard to see as the soot has kind of infiltrated your eye.
Mm. I'll power through it.
All right. How about everybody else? Yark, what about you?
He's laying on the ground on the top of the cart and says he he thanks Bahamut. He says, "Oh my God, never have I, and oh my Bahamut, never have I been so glad to have been born a lizard with claws."
You can actually see the imprints where your three-toed claws were digging in. Because you have 3 fingers on each hand, right? And a thumb.
And a thumb, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I've got to have something.
But we do have influence, by the way.
All right. What is? All right.
Just
You
communal
have all
lucky
been
point.
granted a communal lucky.
Just a
Oh,
single
we have
one
a lucky
for
point that someone can use.
Yep.
Here's handy spice pouch. Probably won't give me enough flour to put out the, or anything to put out the fire.
I mean, flour. I think that's a bad choice because flour is explosive.
Not flour. There's, I think it was baking soda or something that you used to snuff the fire. I don't know.
Baking soda is
Baking
that's what you're
soda.
thinking of.
I think you can pull out like a Like a cup of water at a time, right? Oh no, it's a spice pouch. My bad. I was thinking of just ingredients.
Yeah.
A tablespoon of water at a time.
Mhm.
a pinch of water.
Just a little.
just a drop. Ah man, oh, I'm pretty. Oh, how about this? Let me see.
Spoonful of sugar hopefully makes these fires go away.
A icy sword probably won't help us in this situation.
Talk.
Maybe not.
Sinnoh's gonna
Fire
go
is
down
good.
and look for the hopefully standard safety feature of magical fire extinguisher.
Oh my god, that's genius.
Is fire a big enough deal on a train like this?
I mean, real life trains have fire extinguishers, like 40 per car.
Yeah, if you're on a moving
Bazinga.
vehicle like that, fires are super dangerous.
There's also
right.
the simple fact that in a world where everybody messes around with mechanical things that like to go boom, I'm sure that they've invented a magical fire extinguisher by now.
Oh, hey Dova.
Yeah.
As Sinnoh goes down to into the fiery car, I'm gonna touch him and I'm gonna give cast enhance ability, Bear's Endurance, for the smoke cloud.
So that's a
Yeah.
Constitution saving throws and checks.
Thank you. Yeah, advantage on all con checks and saving throws, and 2d6 hit points, I believe.
All right.
I'm checking. Not hit points, but temporary HP. I'll roll them. 7 temporary HP.
As you continue onwards, you actually do find kind of right next to the doorway leading to the fiery cabin. You find a small glass panel, a small glass box, and within is a circular stone arcane rune, kind of like a small disc, and it is labeled as fire extinguisher. Throw into the directions are obtain stone, prime by pressing down firmly on surface, then throw into flames, preferably floor where flames originate.
It's fire.
It also has the warning to avoid being within 20 feet of.
It's an unfire grenade. Before using this product,
I will
please
follow
watch
the
this instructional
directions.
video.
All right. Da. Sounds about right.
Teach my hamster to suck eggs.
So you you smash the disc with the hilt of a dagger or something like that. Grab
We
the
have
disc.
influence. Weasels, we already got past that. Never mind.
You press down on it and feels cool to the touch, even in the heat of your hand. You open the door and you are blasted with heat and smoke. Your eyes sting as you toss the small disc into the flames, kind of right near the floor, the charred floor where it's currently kind of emanating from. Do you keep the door open or do you close it?
I mean, how far did I toss it?
About 10 feet or so.
Then I'll shut the door.
All right. You shut the door, and it's almost blown back inwards, as a explosion of water, which almost instantly turns into steam, emanates from the small disc as it almost completely turns into powder. The people in the steerage class car are bombarded with a wave of water. Instantly turned muddy by all the char on the ground and on the roof and ceiling and stuff. Most of the flames are now extinguished, but everyone is now currently covered in wet soot. Everything smells awful, and there's quite a lot of steam currently kind of making its way out of the room. There seem to be a few small fires on the radius, but those get blown out by the wind shortly after. And it's at about this time that the armed guards arrive. The right behind you, Sentinel, you hear the heavy stomping of boots and the clank and clatter of equipment and armor and stuff like that.
Sure, take your fucking time.
Sinnoh's gonna be
Dusty,
leaning
language.
against the side, panting, and just like, it's about damn time you guys got here.
The fuck happened?
What didn't
As they're
happen?
looking into the cabin, with all the fucking
Actually, Dusty
soot.
just points up.
They're staring. They somehow made it over the gap, by the way.
Dusty
They
just
probably-
points up.
There's a big harpoon in the ceiling.
No, the harpoon's gone. He was more mentioning that the airship that's probably gone by now. Airship! Pirates! Everything!
Oh. No, the harpoon's still there. It just got
Oh, yeah.
detached.
Oh.
I'm
They,
guessing
they seem to be a little bit speechless as to the whole situation.
Kobold falls off the. Wait, are any of them in the doorway?
Yeah.
All right, Yark is gonna fall onto one of them
All right.
and cling on for sake of not falling off. Please don't let me fall.
He just kind of grabs onto you and pries you off of himself. Just kind of holds you in midair. His arms shaking a little bit from the weight. Grimaces and just turns and puts you back down inside the cargo carriage.
He's gonna collapse on one of the chairs and just relax.
Are we back in steerage?
Yeah.
Alright, Dusty, now that everything's good and done, is going to go over to that hole on the floor and think, I think something fell down here. Let me get that.
All right. And you can actually see it just out of reach is a satchel with a red cross on it.
That looks like something that could be good for us.
Do you need a hand?
Maybe. I have this long pokey stick that is called a spear. It's probably good for helping me reach things that are out of reach.
Can I wrap my tail around him to give him like a balance?
An anchor.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. With that, you're able to quite easily grab the satchel and bring it up to you.
He's going to look back at the passengers. Is anyone burned?
There's quite a few of them that seem to be hurt. They're currently opening the windows, and some of them are trying to go forward into the unburnt areas of the train, and the guards are letting them kind of pass by. Although one of them is currently investigating the cargo. You can tell that he is kind of wary and looking for any sort of a bandit presence.
Ooh, I got it. Hey Dova.
Yeah?
Can I be carrying some apple cider vinegar?
Do you have some?
Is it okay if I have some?
Where would you have gotten it from?
I am a cook.
I'd say you probably have a small flask on hand for seasoning purposes.
All right, cool. I take a rag and soak it with the apple cider vinegar and say, "Hey, these help with burns," and I go help treat the passengers.
All right. Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
And truthfully, that's actually one of the best ways I've ever found to treat burns. Is just apple cider vinegar.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
It's good stuff.
It doesn't really help with the healing, but it helps like the pain go away almost immediately.
All right. The train is now moving at quite a slower speed, as a lot of the areas are currently open to the wind, and the common class carriage is not entirely structurally sound. And yeah.
Well,
The,
the bandits got away, but we did save the train, which is probably the more important thing.
Oh yeah,
Got,
that's probably
got-
the most important thing.
got away isn't the term I'd use for a couple of them.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean the ship. The ship. And one got away.
What is it with these
Maybe for our
airships
help, they'll
following
give us free passage. You know?
Well, we
life.
can... We are probably entitled to some compensation. Or at least some gratitude.
Well, we'll talk about it when we get there. I can get a message sent out, and they'll figure it out. It's not my
Yeah, it's
purview.
not not your call. Your guard.
I mean, he's thinking about something. He's mulling it over as he looks at the Warforged body that's very clearly kind of a raider type that's been kind of shoved up against the side of the wall in the steerage compartment.
Oh, I killed that one.
I'm sure that there's an empty carriage somewhere in common class that you guys could take for the rest of the journey.
Is
that,
common class safe?
Maybe
Safer
they
than
can.
this.
Maybe they
Eh,
can.
mostly. It's
Mm.
better than being back here with all the soot and ash and stuff.
Mm,
I guess
And you
that's
see what
true.
you see what direction they went? Their ship.
Did we, Nova? Dusty, I
You
was
saw it
on the
would
roof.
have gone up towards
off towards where?
the north.
Alright, we
Uh,
tell them that.
Let me
It
bring up
went.
the map.
It went kind of northwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you know where
Alright.
north is? They went in that direction.
You guys know that the tracks are going rough west.
Okay.
is that
sorry, no, west to east.
is that
Well-
Warforged's shield laying around?
Yeah, actually, it's a small buckler type shield, but it has a good amount of these jagged spikes on the front.
Hmm. I'm gonna grab that.
All right. Go ahead and add jagged ass shield.
Jacket. Alright, let's see. Jagged ass shield.
Shield of ass jags.
Alright, he's gonna, just gonna pat the guard on his shoulders, like, you did good here.
Shield.
As he coughs out, like, smoke and ash. Just steam out of his nostrils as he walks past.
The rest of the party can see him look kind of incredulously behind him as the other guards kind of stare at him as well. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm appreciative of the fact that you raised some real hell for him.
It's what we do best.
I
Yep.
can tell. We'll figure out who's liable for damages, how that's all gonna be dealt
We-
with.
We
I'm
better not
pretty
get
sure,
charged for
though, that-
damages.
I'm pretty sure you guys won't be charged with any of this.
You sound
I mean,
so
I don't-
optimistic there.
He grimaces as he says, "Well, it's pretty easy to write off or bandit, damages.
Insurance claim.
Yeah.
Bandit.
Well, there's always special funds put aside just in case these trains get hit.
Mm.
So I reckon you'll probably be all right. But still, you might face some trouble. But in that case,
Ow!
Would you say Anoon has made it back there?
yeah,
He wants to go up to Blue and call out Cody.
yes.
Can a Warforged be tracked at all? Or can you find out like anything about it? Like is there some kind of record of Warforged?
In their Creation Forge site, yeah, usually the Creation Forge tracks the names and designations of those that it creates. Unless, what sort of idea do you have in mind?
Do you have enough detail on the Warforged with that group that we might be able to figure out what exactly it is? Like its designation and such?
Well, if we have the Warforged here, then I'm sure I can find out.
Yeah,
Although,
it's right there.
oh, right.
Oh yeah, isn't he on the ground?
Yeah,
He's
died
currently on the
in the
ground,
cart.
kind of shoved up against the side.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, for some reason I wasn't sure if he got away or.
No,
Oh
Dusty
yeah,
killed
no,
him first.
I'm remembering now. All right, let's see what we can do. Maybe is there some kind of memory bank you can access? We see its compatriots.
I can try. The guard continues because I kind of interrupted that. He says, "Look, you're probably not gonna. Okay, you might go to jail for a little.
Yeah, we're
But
not
my
going to jail.
advice is, whenever these things happen, people are angry and they want to find scapegoats.
Mm.
Well,
And from their point of view, because I saw some of that, and I can probably attest that you did not intentionally fire a harpoon from outside and try to drag the train off the track.
Well, I
We
think
He
were
looks
not
up towards the
pirates.
Wait.
looks up towards the expanded tip of the harpoon that's dug into the ceiling of the cargo carriage.
We're gonna be tried as pirates?
Nah,
Wait,
look,
hold-
you'll be
hold-
tried. You probably won't be found guilty.
let
Okay.
me let me talk for a second here. If you would
Okay.
look around at the 50 scared witnesses that can claim that we fought them off,
Exactly.
We fought off the
You've
pirates.
got 50 witnesses. You'll be fine.
while you
look.
just showed up.
I feel like
Maybe there's some negligence. So let's not talk about us even going near a trial, okay? I think that sounds good to me.
He's just
Dusty
kind of
feels
staring
tense.
at you,
Yeah,
hands
'cause-
on his hips.
Yark is gonna grab.
He's looking back
Anun's-
with literal fire in his eyes.
Yark's gonna grab Anun's paw and pull him back to first class and say, "Come on, I'm sure you still have that bottle back in first class."
He'll follow along.
All right.
Mm. I'm
So
gonna let-
Blue heads over to the fallen Warforged. And there's a he kind of leans down, grabs onto some of the armor plating and starts kind of prying it off to the side. And there's a horrendous kind of sound kind of like a tree being slowly wrenched open as the living wood fibers are torn aside. You can see inside that there's a tablet-sized etched stone, about the size of a platinum dragon, and it's got a handful of runes kind of etched into it. Blue kind of places his hand on it, and you can see there's a glowing sort of tendril that reaches out from Cody, makes contact with this rune, and there's a transfer of power and various arcane stuff. As it continues on, it'll take about... Actually, you guys really wouldn't know how long it takes, but the process is ongoing. Yeah. Train continues onward at a slower pace. About 20 minutes passed. The train has sort of settled into a new rhythm, a new traveling pace, as most of the people have cleared out from steerage class and are currently sitting in the hallways, cargo compartments, as well as the common class and first class, and a bunch of boards have been laid down in the floorway between, or in the common carriage, kind of bridging that large gap. By the
Okay.
way, the bag that you found contains 2 healing potions.
Dusty might want to keep those. Seeing
Alright.
as how we've needed healing on people who can't heal to pick up other people.
Can.
In fact, yes, he is going to keep those.
Alright.
2 healing potions.
Just gonna address the group. So, how did you guys make out on your end?
Is talking to
what
me
do
or
you mean?
Dusty?
I thought
I just
Yark and
got-
Nanoon are
He's
gone
addressing
already.
the group.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And Yark and Noon are back in first class.
So that'd be towards Sinnoh and Dusty.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of wanted to fight them a little more. I'm a little disappointed that they got away, but I think I held out okay.
Mm. The them falling off the train I call divine justice.
That was fun. I kinda wanted them to go to jail, but I guess this is okay too.
Can't always have it both ways.
I guess. I also don't have a body to dismantle, but I guess people are scared enough.
Mm. I think they would have probably let that slide this time. He looks to
No, they wouldn't have.
mm. Shrugs. Meh. We won't know. Let's see. Zer's gonna go around the passengers and just continue the first aid and everything.
How is everyone in the hallway feeling? They just survived a bandit attack, but they're probably not happy.
Very shaken. However, due to your careful effort, nobody has actually died. Not a single real death amongst the passengers. However, there are quite a
What do
few.
you mean real?
Mhm. No deaths.
We're that good.
Yep.
Injuries,
How-
broken bones, no death.
Yeah, there's a missing limb or two and some broke.
It's called progress.
Yeah.
I have a
deaths,
crossbow.
Baby
live.
steps.
I have a crossbow.
And you
Baby
can
steps.
replace limbs quite easily with
Mhm.
cool mechanical limbs, no less.
We improved the passengers.
How many children are here?
More than there should be.
You mean how many
Yeah.
other children?
There are a handful of children in steerage class, but they were kind of near the back, so they're fine.
Okay, good. Dusty is going to take out his animated stuffed tiger. Check out this cool toy I got.
Kids are enraptured. You distract them and manage to take their mind off the whole ordeal in less than 10 minutes.
Yes. Look at my toy is amazing.
Give it a lick. It tastes just like blueberries.
It does. Chomp. Turn around.
Um,
All right. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say something, but never mind. Don't worry
Alright.
about it.
So the rest of our journey goes on.
Yep. After about an hour or two, the arcane link between Cody and the fallen Warforged kind of withdraws, and Blue kind of closes up the panel again and starts making his way up to first class where Inun is. Inun, are you drunk right now?
I think he needs a
Let's-
contract for that, doesn't he?
Let's see.
I mean, he has an hour. I think if he wants to be drunk, he definitely will.
I think he's just going to get a little buzzed.
Just a little? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Blue kind of makes his way up to first class, slowly opens the door. You can hear Cody's voice inside your head. Well, I did what you asked for the Warforged. He'd taken the name of Slash. And he did have a designation number, though it really isn't significant and quite long. It's just a bunch of numbers.
Okay.
However, his point of origin was somewhere near Sean in a creation forge designation Indigo.
Does
There
that
were a
hold any
few other.
importance to you?
Not really. There was quite a few Warforged that came from that. Yeah. Unless you want me to look for something specifically, I don't think there's really too much extraordinary about this Warforged.
No, that's okay. Anything about his companions?
No, just
Okay.
just personal information about him was available. I'm not quite savant enough to dive into a deceased Warforged memories.
Yes. I'm not exactly sure how all this works, so I was just curious as to what you could do.
Yes. Well, I suppose with enough practice, a little bit more understanding of how it all works, I suppose I'd get something important out of a Warforged memory.
Is there anything significant we should take off of the chassis?
No. Unless you want to be holding a burial ceremony for him, by all means, go ahead. But otherwise, the components of the Warforged body is mostly inert for those who don't really know what to do with them. Which, guessing as you're not quite an expert on the Warforged as a whole, I don't suppose they'd be useful for you.
And he's gonna look over to Yark. Oh, parts if you want them.
The Warforged parts?
I mean, might as well.
Hmm. Okay.
Yes, Noon is calm. He's not like flustered from the battle. He's not irritated by the guard, but he's not really trying to be polite about just ripping apart a body
Mhm.
in front of the AI or whatever.
All right. So, go ahead and give me an Arcana check, or a Tinker Tools check.
All right. I got that number.
All right. This is the first time you've actually gotten the opportunity to do this. So you basically start to dismantle various components on the Warforged using your arcane experience to release locks and latches. Though not really physical latches, they're more magical artifice latches, which are kind of it's kind of complicated, but in your mind it just kind of works, and you're able to dismantle the Warforged and get some of the more important components out of it, like some of the skeletal kind of like rods and super features. The core, sort of the base, you're kind of extracting that small platinum dragon-sized tablet while it suddenly snaps down the middle, and the magic within it kind of tears it apart quietly and very subtly, and you're left with kind of something that's the consistency and strength of a weak clay.
Dang.
Yep.
That's okay. This wasn't my Golem character anyway.
Mhm.
All right,
Alright,
cool. How many
so-
pounds of scrap metal am I adding?
Useful scrap metal that hasn't been burnt or warped or anything like that. Go ahead and add 20 pounds.
I'm just gonna add it to the 100 that I already had.
Okay. So 20 pounds of scrap, and then 5 pounds of Warforged various nodes and knots with living vine and stuff like that.
All right, cool. I hope does anyone come in while I'm taking apart this Warforged?
They're watching you with a little bit of however, the guard kind of sees it happening and then just kind of backs away. It seems that they have a good amount of respect for you and are willing to let you kind of fuck around a little bit. Metaphorically.
All right, cool.
Alright.
Works for me.
During the night, as you guys are trying to sleep with, the rather cold wind blowing in through the various holes in the ceiling and floor, you arrive in Sterilasker again.
Oh,
And you guys...
I was about to ask something.
Sure.
During the trip, I wanted to see how many people are guarding the cargo room.
Two of the guards are actually kind of on watch at all times during the remainder of the trip, and they're looking pretty tired and haggard by the time you guys arrive.
He's wondering, like, did you guys run all the way from first class?
Well, we were at the head of the train. That's normally where we're stationed.
That's been really hard.
Yeah, I'd say. I'd say the amount of time we took to get to you guys, that was about as fast as we could go.
Yeah, this is a really long train.
Yeah.
Actually, I had a question.
Are you being sarcastic?
No. We've been from the back of the train to the front before. There's a lot of cars.
Okay.
Also,
Making
I
sure.
wanted to ask something about your weapons. What are they?
Mhm.
They're like shocky sticks.
Yeah, he kind of looks over to the other guard a little quizzically and just says, "Yeah. I'm sorry. Did you want to know what they were or how they
Yeah.
worked there? Because I'm not going to show you how to operate it.
Oh,
Security reasons."
that's fair.
Hey Dova,
Yeah.
do they prefer Mazer or Tace?
Neither. Shock
Okay.
baton.
Lame.
I'm not gonna use. What was that? I'm not gonna use that.
Okay.
That just doesn't sound right.
You said
That's
going
why I
to have.
suggest. That's why I also gave Mazer as an option.
I get to see Yark in a board meeting. It's like, we got these new electric maces. What do we call them, guys?
All right, we got 3 votes for Tace and 3 votes for Mazer. We gotta have some sort of tiebreaker.
I like shock baton. You're fired.
No, you try. He gets thrown out the window.
Yeah, throwing out the window. Me. I love it.
Get out of my building. So why are you here? Just for covering the whole place? You guys look like you're ready to drop.
What?
You guys look like you're ready for bed.
Well, yeah. As he kind of yawns. We gotta stay awake until we get to Stare Alaska.
Can't you get swapped out with other guys? There's probably a night shift, isn't there?
He
Normally,
he kind of yawns. So what does he actually do?
it does like a half yawn.
Yeah, I can picture the half yawn where like
Oh,
your
Stifles
mouth
it.
open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tries to like hold it back.
You want to play cards? Doing something boring is just going to make you more tired.
I prefer not to.
Okay.
Gotta keep gotta keep aware. You know.
Okay. I guess that's fair.
It's at about this point that you would arrive in Stare Alaska. The lights outside kind of pulling up beside the windows.
Okay, I guess it's time to go.
And as you look through, as you're kind of heading back towards the cabin, looking out the windows, you can see that there are a lot of Stare Alaska sentinels outside.
Oh.
It seems that they got word ahead of the train, and yeah, they've got at least what look to be 5 or 6 paddy wagons lined up just off the edge of the platform. It looks like half of the guard has showed up. And if you guys
Oh, boy.
don't fight back, you'll be brought into custody one by one.
I'm gonna lean down to Dusty. See, told you we'll get in trouble for this, and he's all smiles.
Yeah, I figured. He goes back and waves at the kids. Bye, I'm going to jail. Bye.
It's not that bad. We've already done it once. This be twice. I think the third time we get free ice cream.
Ooh.
Sinnoh will groan and not be pleased. But seeing as how the others aren't going to fight, he will grudgingly go with it.
All right. So
Anun's gonna be sure that they bring along their other member, that one guard that came out, and he's gonna convince them or do his best to say that he was the one that let them on the train.
go ahead and give me a deception check
Yeah.
with disadvantage since he has official papers with.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, he needs the official papers. That goes along with my story.
Bye, I'm in jail. Bye. Oh, double nines. What? No.
He just
Dova?
rolled. He just rolled. That was a natural 19.
Ooh.
Ooh.
He sees through your lies.
As they push your head down, as they kind of nudge you into the paddy wagon. The one of the Sterilasker sentinels looks over at the guard who you were trying to implicate, just kind of shakes his head and says, "Tough day, Bruce." And then Bruce, the guard who you tried to implicate, just kind of shrugs and says, "I hell of a day, Sam. Hell of a day. You
Yeah,
been well?"
Bruce, why don't you
What?
tell them all the work that you did? You know, fighting off those pirates.
Hey, they had to run a long way. The guys in that carriage class are really tired.
They got their cardio in.
But
Sam.
did
the,
they skip leg
Sam,
day?
the Sterilasker sentinel, just kind of looks at you for a moment and says, we'll have to talk about it over a pint later." And Bruce just kind of nods,
Drinking. I want to drink.
starts heading back towards the train, looking quite tired, quite sad, and just altogether not having a great time.
Yo, I'm straight up not having a good time
I'm
right
straight
now.
up not having a great time right now.
Zerth is gonna be giving him hell.
So, over the next few days, you are in and out of processing rooms and the jail cell, just kind of hanging out until you are finally released. After the majority of the passengers say that you indeed were not among the bandits, and that pretty much everyone got released in the end. You were fed well. You know, you had a place to sleep. It wasn't the best place to sleep, but you are now out of jail with no marks on your record. You also were given a voucher to continue the journey from here on the light rail to your destination.
Oh, that's so kind of them.
First
Oh, yeah.
class, right?
Very nice. Yeah, for those of you who had first class, you had first class, but you're given duplicates of your ticket. So those in steerage still are in steerage. Yeah.
Cheap bastards.
As soon as I get that ticket, he's gonna go, does it come with a breezy air tunnel like the last train did?
The guy at the ticket counter just furrows his brow and says, "No. It's well, they're pretty airtight.
Don't worry. I'll
They got
fix that.
windows though. You like windows?"
I'll make my own breezy door.
Do we
Right.
get more in-class entertainment? Maybe the Pirates of Thunder Sea?
We got books.
That'll do.
Little.
Come on, I'm the wizard.
Books. All right. With that little delay out of the way, you guys all get a long rest. So 1, 2, 3.
And we level up?
No.
You leveled up last session.
We can do it again.
I'm just
Yeah,
happy to
maybe.
get my spell slots back.
Yeah, same.
I'm a little surprised that they grabbed the child who was playing with the other children and said, "You're going to jail," and he said, like, "Okay."
Pretty much what happened.
You're probably covered in blood, though.
I probably am, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't consider that.
On the train, Noon's just gonna be like reading his map with excitement, just like Fort Zombie, Fort Bones. Man,
Zerth, as soon as he gets on that train, he goes straight to the jail holding cell part.
They're not gonna let you inside the actual locomotive compartment, which is where.
Okay, because
Yeah.
he's just taking his normal seat.
Well, you can sit outside of it, and they won't bug you for a little while, but they will kind of point you and say, return to your seat.
And then he sits back down. It's like, I am. Just give it time. I'll be back over here.
They kind of shake their head, just kind of shrug and say, if you get in the way of the servant car, I'm gonna have to, move you forcefully.
Oh, I had a typo in my character sheet.
What are you
Yeah.
gonna do? Put me on the train in the train jail?
Yeah,
had
that's
a-
where I want to go.
I had a manual of necromancy.
Oh, a man named Manuel carries all your necromantic stuff.
Yeah.
Zerth would
Wait,
make way
you
for-
want to say that you want to be in the cell?
I don't want to, but it just seems to be a force of habit with me in these moving cars.
Right. Well, I can get you in. Do you want to be in?
If I can sit next to the
That-
jail, start warming it up.
I can't let you sit next to it. You got to be either in it or you're gonna in your seat in your cab.
Can you leave the door unlocked?
No.
He gets real close. It's like
Protocol.
me, and then he'll go back to his normal seat.
All right. He just shakes his head in confusion.
He'll learn soon enough.
All right. Let's see. What's the date? It is now Sar, the 14th of Cypheros. And Sar is the day of the week. It would be analogous to Saturday. As you guys arrive in Vatheron, the air has kind of turned from a pleasant breeze into this almost like a heavy, a very light, heavy, moist air. Almost like it's about to rain, just on the edge of raining, but it just won't rain. Off to the east, off to the east towards the Mournlands, you can see basically a gigantic wall of fog, cutting cleanly at just an arbitrary line in the distance, and then proceeding upwards, almost ending in a sloped dome sort of situation. But that far up, it just seems like a wall from here. The city of Vatheron itself is fairly small, housing basically just this junction for the lightning rail, a few people who still remain behind, and a sizable adventuring population who venture into the Mournlands. And this is probably the most popular staging grounds to go into this. Although saying it's sizable is not really that much to be said. At most times, there's at maximum around 100 adventurers who routinely make their way in and actually come back out. As there's quite a few who venture inwards foolishly to try to gain the riches and just never come back. There's quite an uneasy atmosphere around here. The walls of the city are actually quite fortified, with evidence of recent attacks by something. There's scorch marks on the walls from arcane fire. You can see in the fields to the east of the city, there's quite a few bodies just left to rot in the fields. They already kind of look scraggly and emaciated, sort of like zombies. Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
Zerth's gonna go talk to some of the adventurers that look like they've been in and out and try to get some information on what to expect.
All right. You managed to find at one of the taverns named. The tavern is actually just called Cerberus, but the sign above the door has a very cute-looking three-headed dog.
Anun's gonna head with him.
Guarding the gates of heck.
Yeah. Heck.
Also, I posted something very important in the group chat.
All right. Oh, I have to look. God damn it! Did you actually make that right now?
That was
Yes, I did.
kind of fast.
That's
There are like
impressive.
1,000
you.
websites out there that let you make memes.
Oh,
Oh, no, I
I
did-
know that.
Oh no, I did this. I saved the picture and then did it on my phone.
Oh.
At least it's reasonable, because most of the time people do it shittily, and it just like goes out of the bubbles and.
Hmm.
Very fitting.
You know, I suppose I should share that with the stream.
Good idea.
Might as well.
The viewers just like, man, it sure is great listening to what they're looking at.
Yes.
If I can find the right one. There it is. Why did this get so big? Minimize.
Actually, let's not use this soundtrack just yet.
Why are you still advertising the Pokemon avatar thing?
Because I haven't
That's just
had
the bot.
time to sit down and fix all that.
So like,
And they will come back.
Okay.
I'm glad we were all on the
So,
same. page.
heading into the rather warm, homely tavern, you find a handful of adventurers kind of milling around. There seems to be a group making quiet, sort of subtle discussion about something. And as they see some of you enter, they kind of turn away, and it's very clear that they're trying to remain either secretive or they just don't want to talk. However, there is one old, weathered-looking man kind of near the back. And this is like your stereotypical old, salty adventurer who is very clearly knows exactly what he's doing here.
I'm gonna go up to him.
He stares at you. He stares at your equipment for a few moments. He said, "You're heading into the fog, aren't you?"
Hmm. That
I suppose.
evident.
Yeah, that's the only reason that people like us come here.
Yep, we're all looking for the Sierra Madre. Is that not what this is?
I was gonna make a One Piece joke, but I guess yours works better.
Fuck you. That's it. I'm putting slave
Madre?
collars around your neck.
What's up?
I feel like it didn't get the reference.
Follow New Vegas.
Oh.
One of the most terrifying things. It still like creeps me out to do the Sierra
Mm.
Madre.
It's the worst.
Those fucking holograms.
Freaking ghost people.
Yeah. Those are great too.
The fog took my wife, my dog, and my Ford Fusion.
All right.
Alright, continue.
So,
Hmm.
you want advice?
Advice. What to expect.
To expect? Do?
We
I'd
like
say your
advice.
first mistake was my worst mistake was going in there in the first place. Every time you go back in, you lose more and more. People around you, your own life, pieces of yourself. I've been lucky enough to keep my own faculties, my own body. But I've met far too many who made one wrong step and get changed. Fog changes. Turns them savage.
Nova, you need to speak up. Discord's not bringing you through.
Alright. The
That
fog
or you're
changes
just breaking
people.
up, period.
I'm gonna disconnect and reconnect. All right.
Hey, Dova.
Yeah?
I'd like to take this moment to take my cream puffs out of the oven, the miniature oven.
Go ahead and
Or whatever they're going to be. I'm hoping for cream puffs again.
Just kind
go
of
ahead and give me a cooking check.
just kind of imagine one of those easy bake ovens.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. All right. You managed to recreate the recipe from last time. However, when you take them out, the interiors are jet black. And tasting them reveals a very pungent, the pungent flavor of black licorice.
These ones are a failure.
All right. The adventurer continues speaking.
It's so sad. I weep over my cream puffs.
Over in the corner, just like face down, fist clenched. Slam it against the table once. God damn. All right.
2 tears. Only 2.
So the experienced adventurer continues talking to you, Zerth. He says, a lot of people think the fog is just that fog. Hides what's really in there, but I know the truth. The fog hates. It's a living thing. It doesn't just act on, whatever controls normal fog. No, it thinks. It plans. It plots to turn you against each other. That's the biggest part of it. That's the biggest tip I can impart on you. Don't underestimate it. You turn your back on it, and the next second, it'll flay your skin. I've seen it do it.
I offer the elderly man a licorice cream puff.
Turns it down.
I
Just
understand.
kind of pushes your hand out.
Yark says, I understand completely.
Zer's gonna look at the old adventurer straight in his eyes with his pure white eyes and just go, "You seem to be a man who has seen many things. More than one should at a time. The stories I've heard of the Mornland.
They're all true.
I tend to
In fact, I believe a lot of them have kind of been diluted by time.
Yeah. He's Zerth is gonna tap his chest. It's like, I've seen things that normally can't be explained, so I tend to lean more towards the extreme rumors. Those tend to be more in fact than the common day ones.
Sounds right.
He holds out a hand to shake. And and goes, "Thank you for your advice. I will keep that in mind."
He thinks for a moment and reaches out and shakes your hand with a old scarred up hand. Pleasure's mine. If you make it back here in one piece, I'll probably still be here. Name is Velios, by the way.
Elder Tozerth Kamen.
The pleasure's mine.
Valiosa.
And then he looks to
It's pronounced. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
and goes,
Valiosa.
and goes, if you want to, we can ask the quiet, quote unquote, and he does air quotes, secretive bunch.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. I'm just interested in seeing if we can get any sort of like route maps, because it seems like there's, from what we've heard, a few people that are able to come and go, or go and return. So they have to probably stick to a specific course.
I think I got a map that I can spare.
It's very much appreciated. By the way, I'm Inun.
He reaches out and slowly shakes your hand. Clearly kind of wary about the inscriptions on your robes.
He's gonna look at him inquisitively. Is there something wrong?
He shakes his head. Nah. Just haven't really seen one of your kind around here before. You got business in the morn?
Something along those lines.
Mm.
Just trying to get as much information as we can before my group goes in.
Suppose that's fair.
Something
Yeah.
better.
He reaches into what's very clearly a bag of holding, and you can see on his hand are a handful of rings that just radiate magical energies. He reaches in and he grabs a tattered old rolled up piece of paper and kind of unfurls it, back up. He says, "I'll give this to you on one condition."
Which is that?
When you come back, and I have a feeling that you might be the ones to be able to pull that off. There's a special kind of mushroom that grows along the path.
wise decision.
Bring me back a bushel of them, just a handful, and I'll make it worth your while.
Alright, I can do that. I guess while he's over there, he's
Old
gonna...
man wants to get high.
I mean, that's fine. Seems like he's seen some shit.
He's earned his time.
He's going, where are we at right now? You said it was like an inn?
Yeah, Vatheron. You are at the Cerberus Tavern and Inn.
Okay, yeah.
A very cute picture of the dog as the sign.
Yeah. Anun wants to ask the barkeep if he has like a potato sack he can have.
The barkeep kind of looks around in the back. Oh, he kind of goes to a corner and grabs one out of a pile, actually, that he just keeps. Maybe before he throws them away, he just keeps them on hand or something like that. And he hands you a potato sack.
Anun nods and leaves a few crowns.
All right, he grabs the crowns and just places them in one of his apron pockets.
Zerth would ask Yark for one of those licorice cream puffs.
I've been offering people them because they deserve to be eaten, however yucky they might be, because they are masterfully made.
Zerth just.
It seems
downs
that nobody in this tavern has an acquired taste for black licorice.
it. Zerth will
Siddle
happily
does.
eat it. So
Oh,
does
sweet, my party members.
I love black
All right,
licorice.
That's
Zerth, do you have a
amazing.
taste for? You have
Yep.
a taste for? All right. Zerth, you have them. They're pretty good. You. This is kind of a weird sensation. It's like super sweet. At the same time as having that same sort of pungent taste that black licorice has. Overall, pretty good. Plus, the whole ice cream sensation and texture is super cool.
It's a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes it. He enjoys it.
Mhm.
He gives
He
Yark
wants
the
some
nod
more
of
of it.
improvement.
And another thing, Power Stone's got some art up in media sharing,
I saw.
and he's got some new ones coming up soon, I think.
Did I go past it?
In a moment. Oh,
Oh, there it is.
there it is. I'm sorry, Nova. He's so right.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Paladins can't sneak around because they're dummy thick, and the clap of their ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards.
Thank you, Timber.
All right. So,
I'm saving this Hey
Uh,
Nova picture.
all right. As you are basically relaxing, getting everything kind of together, you notice that over by the fireplace, there is a absolutely gigantic black dog. This is some sort of a maybe like a I'm trying to think of the sheep dog. It starts with an M.
Maltese?
Maltese, yeah.
I know dogs.
Just super slobbery, lots of like folded up skin, and it lets out a small snoring sound as it rolls over, slowly, and just kind of goes back to sleep.
I don't think it's a Maltese.
Like,
A small breed of dog in the toy group.
okay, no, that's not a Maltese.
Mastiff.
Mastiff. That's what I was thinking of.
I just thought of a dog breed that
The
began with
world's
an M.
fattest Maltese.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, an African Mastiff cross Maltese.
It's just dense.
So
It's
big
dense.
dog. really, really dense.
The neutron star of dogs.
His
Yeah.
name is Mjolnir. Only the right wielding can walk
Can
him.
pet the dog.
Like that. You can tell its fur is like graying and it's old and kind of
Mhm.
slobbery and stuff.
Mastiff.
It's the same color as the dog in the drawing on the sign though. And it has a spiky collar, but the spikes are very obviously dull.
Clearly, they are dull from being used upon the tavern.
Obviously.
Is the dog sleeping?
Yeah, the dog is sleeping.
Alright.
It's kind of
Zerth
snoring.
was gonna go over to pet, but he doesn't want to wake it up.
Fair point. The current time is in game, of course. It's nearing evening time, and you guys can stay the night here if you want. Rent
hang
is 1 Galifar per person.
Doesn't Noon have the perk for, knowing the exact time?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so
I didn't ask, but I do have it.
what is the point in having that if you're not going to terrorize Dova with it?
To be a reasonable player,
There you go.
instead of terrorizing him with the time, I got a potato sack. What did you do?
For free.
Who's the winner now?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Anyways, we'll continue onward. So yeah, rent is 1 Galifar per night. You get access to the bathhouse. You get access to a meal in the morning and one right now, and a bed which is taken care of nightly, of course.
All right.
What kind of baths?
Heated baths, individual like baths though, not like a bath house like some fancy cities would
I
have.
thought this was this bathhouse episode.
Well, that comes later.
Okay, good to know.
It'll be in the Mornland, the Mystic
Yeah,
Spring.
because you know how great a bathhouse episode would be, but I think actually playing the game would be fantastic.
Yes.
Agreed.
Zerth would ask the group as they bunker down to bed, what the plan is. Leave first light, or
Yeah, so I guess we have as much time as possible through the fog at least. We can get as much excess light.
I think we might need to buy supplies like food and stuff before we go out. Because we don't know exactly what might be edible out there.
Alright. Yeah, we can do that in the morning. Well, if it's... would stores still be open?
Probably not.
Okay.
It is starting to get dark. And with the dark, it doesn't actually get fully dark. There's a strange kind of greenish glow that permeates the sky in this area.
oh well, that's not unsettling.
Damn glowing sea.
We
But yeah,
play
we'll go
Fallout now.
we'll go shopping in the morning.
Yeah, we can
Alright.
do that.
So you guys head to bed and
Gonna make sure I talk with Pat.
Alright.
Having a nice
Really good at
conversation
listening.
for bed. Yeah.
oh, yeah. It listens to your problems really well.
Zerth would
hey
report in with
Cortana.
his ire up.
Hey Cortana.
Nobody responds.
He just leaves voicemails.
Cortana. Well, Cortana, when you get this message, shuffle my sleep playlist and play for 1 hour. Thank you.
Remind me to buy groceries in the morning.
Alright. Let's go buy supplies.
Alright, so the morning passes uneventfully except for Sinil. It turns out your bed has a very pronounceable lump in the middle, which you can't really seem to get rid of, and bothers you all night, leaving you under-rested and cranky in the morning.
So this is how you're getting back at me?
Yeah.
Oh, I support it.
I have a mechanical question.
Sure.
So you know how I have my arcane infusions that I turn items into magic items after every long rest?
Yeah.
Well, I also have the option to like pick magic item and have that be my infusion. But I'm only able to have 2 infusions at once. Does the magic item slot, just having a magic item, take up one of those? Like if I were to,
If you actually own the magic item, then no. But turning an object into the magic item that you're aiming for, that would be one of your infusions.
okay, because I don't actually own a bag of holding, and that's kind of how I use that.
Yeah,
Okay,
and that's totally good.
all right, cool.
That would
I was
count
just
as
checking
one.
to see. So I only really have one because getting rid of bag of holding isn't really an option.
Mhm.
Okay, good to know.
All right. So, morning comes. You have a nice full breakfast of spiced porridge. Um, there's you actually all get an orange with your meal. Some fried eggs and bacon.
Just takes the
That
whole
sounds
plate and
amazing.
swallows it all.
All right.
You know, I
Don't eat
might
the
get
plate.
bacon tonight at work.
Too late, the plate's gone.
Oh no!
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to season it very well with salt and pepper.
All right.
And I'm gonna put some sugar on the orange and blast it with a torch to brulee it.
All right. All right.
Skin and all?
Oh no, I cut it in half, silly.
Just making sure.
Give me a cooking check
What is
With
it?
pleasure.
to not burn it.
Oh no. Okay, that kind of makes sense because the only fire source I have right now is firebolt. So
Yeah. You're trying to balance the power with the actual duration and try to get a gradual flame. But as you're getting the hang of it and as you're applying the heat, your concentration slips a little bit and you end up just casting the spell. One of the oranges basically just explodes into just like pulp and rind on your plate. The other one's relatively untouched, and you managed to get that one to a point where the sugar is melted, but it's also burnt a little bit.
that's fine. Me pointing my giant fire gun to the orange. This is fine. This is probably fine.
Weasel's is reminding you of the communal lucky point.
Dusty slowly hands you his orange and says, "Trade."
I trade him the orange and try again.
All right. Give me a cooking check.
Well,
but-
Dusty takes experimental bites at different parts of his new orange.
Dude, Dova, this handy the spice pouch has paid for itself many times over.
Good.
Not a 1. That's important. It's
There
higher
you go. This time it's a little better, and you managed to not burn one. However, the other one you still go a little bit over, and it's a little bit burnt.
Still good. Perfect.
Yep.
I've never had a cooked orange before.
It's a technique called bruleeing. It's from some land called France. I don't know where that is.
I don't know any of the words you say. Horf, horf. Oh, oh.
Oh, it's also hot. Be careful. When you bite into the orange, there's a nice crunch as the layer of melted sugar breaks.
He
Has anyone
keeps
had
burning
some?
himself, but then he doesn't wait long enough for it to cool.
That's exactly how you enjoy this kind of stuff.
Mhm.
You're already eating like a fancy person.
Elegant food is pain.
Beauty is pain.
Yeah, you're over there
Life is
bruleeing
pain.
your orange. Anoon just has just a shot of whiskey.
Really good way to start
Breakfast
off your day.
Parks him right up.
Some of your own supply.
Yes.
It's
In the bar location of my backpack.
The what bar?
Sinel's gonna, after breakfast,
yeah.
he's gonna go seek out and find somebody to buy some more booze off of.
Okay.
Possibly the tavern keeper.
Oh yeah, you could probably buy some booze off the tavern keeper. Although the selection is very simple, more utilitarian towards getting people drunk rather than there being a lot of expensive,
Enjoyable drinks.
fancy, more expensive drinks. There's plenty of enjoyable, like cheap, bulk drinks. In particular, there's a very mild, very inoffensive quotations, inoffensive brand of vodka that they carry. It's made out of basically potatoes that are grown in these giant steps, like these terraces near the Maror Holds. Very well distilled, but it's done in bulk, so it's very cheap.
And they also have just cases and cases of this like grain alcohol that tastes like cake because it's disgusting and no one wants it.
Yep, I'm sure that's probably what they have. Super sugary, just hurts your teeth when you drink it. And it's just overly sweet, overly disgusting. Nobody really wants that.
New influence, Dova.
There is something special at this bar, though. The tavern keeper, a wizened-looking dwarf, that almost is like the spitting image of the dog. Kind of droop skin, very dark, droopy skin, almost completely bald. Has a special bottle. It's full of a milky gray liquid that continuously swirls and never really stops and stands still. And he says, "You want to try this? I heard you're heading into the fog. Got a little elixir that'll help. You want to give it a try?"
Who's that too?
You, Inun.
Oh, sure. Let's see what we've got here.
He gives the bottle a swirl and then pours it into your glass. And he says, "Shot'll be 5 sovereigns."
He'll let me see. He'll somewhat like slam him, but not really, on the table with a clink. And then he takes the shot.
All right. It has kind of like a fizzy taste, but that's very much overshadowed by a profound, acidic, caustic taste. Almost what you would imagine pure acid tastes like. And there's also a very subtle hint of like of rotten molasses, just this sickly sweetness that turns eventually and just kind of washes out with a profound kind of a lingering, almost like a capsaicin spiciness. As you kind of slowly recover from it, you feel kind of warm inside, and you blink a few times, and all of a sudden you start seeing things in a shade of green. And you realize that the bottle that he's holding, while it used to be kind of this cloudy, grayish color, very similar to the color of the fog outside, it now looks to be clear.
How much for the bottle?
The whole bottle? Oh, I don't know. 50 Galifars.
Let me go talk to someone.
Right.
Undine's gonna wander around trying to find Zerth. Hey, can you help me with a purchase?
He looks. He looks to him. It's like, sure. Where and what are you getting?
It's just downstairs. It's seems to be like a utility tonic for the Mornlands.
The alcohol.
Kind of different. Not something I drink to enjoy.
Hmm.
Mm.
Uh. Sure. Lead the way.
All right, I'll bring him back down.
All right.
So I have 11 Galifars. I just need the other 39. Not sure how much you have on you. I kind of spent everything I had.
He looks towards the barkeeper.
Mhm.
And goes, my friend apparently wants to purchase some sort of tonic to help in
Aye.
the moorlands.
Aye. Helps to see in the dark. Helps to see through the fog. It's not to like. And he kind of motions towards the large wine bottle resting on the counter.
How much?
50 Galifars.
Hmm.
Of course, it's not going to be helpful for weeks at a time, but in those instances where you really just got to see where you're going, it's useful.
True. Let's see.
Is Lucas in here?
No.
Yeah, no.
Oh, it's never
Uh,
Lupus.
No Lucas here.
It's always Lupus.
Yep,
It's never
it's never
Lupus.
Lucas.
Oh.
Except for the one time when it was. He's gonna look at it as like, how about 30?
Can't do less than 50. That's how much, well, about how much it cost me to make.
Can I do an inside check on that?
Go ahead. Holy crap, you get +6.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that he is telling the truth, more or less. It seems like a fairly straightforward guy.
Hmm. So is there any
I have 16. I don't know how much you have.
is there any way you can apply a discount?
Me?
No, I'm talking to
Not
the
really.
barkeeper. Not really.
Oh.
Can I do a persuasion?
Go ahead. With disadvantage. Specifically for this occasion, that is. So 16?
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of shakes his head. If I lose that much money on it, then I don't think I can make any more batches.
He'll Zerf will straighten up and just smile extra wide. Like, you can't blame a gator for trying.
Mm.
And he'll hand over the 50 gold.
All right.
Oh.
Mister, hey mister, how do you make these?
He looks over to you and says, "That's a family secret."
Okay, we're just wondering if we could get you ingredients to keep making more.
All right. The main ingredient I really need that I can't get over here is a little bit of the fog slime. See,
Fog slime.
whenever it bumps into something living, well, something that used to be living, tries to get in. And whenever it tries to get in and fails, it leaves behind a little bit of gunk. Bring me back that, and I'll see that I'll recoup, whatever effort it took to get.
Okay.
Zerf's gonna hand the bottle to Inu and goes, I used to be so good at haggling.
Well, hopefully we can figure something else out, but I thank you very much for this.
No, anytime, buddy.
So would I add a bottle of Sierra Madre Martini?
Pretty much.
So I guess Sinal, DeSoto, and I are all doing the grocery shopping.
Oh, Sinnoh's
Sure.
shopping for booze.
I'll be right back.
All right, then
Well, I
York
guess,
is
yeah,
shopping
he'll
for
go with-
groceries.
He'll go with York. I guess it wasn't that long.
How much do you want to buy?
He just wants a little bit of some nicer stuff to drink. Whatever the
Alright.
tavern keep has.
All right. Super inoffensive, very bland, but very smooth drinks. They'll get you
prefers-
drunk for sure.
He's not looking to get drunk. To drink for the flavor.
There's really not much in that case.
Crud. Well, then he'll go shopping for other stuff.
All right. And there is a general supply store run by a halfling man. This time it's not a Talenta Plains halfling like you met in Hathero. This time it is very clearly a Brellan native halfling. And he basically will sell you whatever you need, basic supplies wise, at the price listed.
So like if I were to just buy a bunch of food, would it just be rations?
Yeah, you could buy specialty food. You could buy. He actually has a few bits of surplus from the war. Those canned meals. However, those are a bit more expensive. Those are twice the cost of regular rations.
I mean, I just need non-perishable at the very least slow perishable, or slow perishing.
Yeah, and that's what you would get with rations. So, nuts, hard cheeses, salted meats, hard kind of grainy bread wrapped up tightly in wax paper, stuff like that.
I could probably make some nice foods out of these.
Mhm.
I also want to buy 2 more water skins.
All right.
For some reason, it never occurred to me to buy multiple water skins. How
Yeah,
much would they?
you could definitely do so. Let me check. Oops,
I actually forget.
bring that back up. A water skin costs 2 silver.
Awesome.
What a strange currency.
Is the
Sorry. Sorry. Oh goodness! I just realized my mistake.
You got
Two
got.
sovereigns. It's it's 3 sovereigns. Fuck.
Hey, he's not the one buying it.
Oh, I need caffeine. That's what I need.
but we're ending soon.
That's true.
And how many rations can I get?
Or
I'm sorry, what are the price? That's a better question.
it'd be awesome if I could actually. It says updates are available. I'm getting Windows cucked. Hold on. View updates. Okay. X out. See you later. All right.
Rations are 5 sovereign.
All right.
At least with the book price.
Yep, and that provides you for 1 full.
I'll buy 53 with
All right.
115 sovereigns.
Very well. Go ahead, and I think the weight should be on there.
Yeah. I already have.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, Noon was gonna go buy those as well.
All right.
I think
How
he's
many do you
gonna-
want?
I'm gonna get about 10.
All right.
You realize I'm buying for the party, right?
Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, never
I
mind.
just bought 53 rations. I don't think they're all gonna be for me.
Okay, I thought you were just filling up your freaking bag of holdings. I don't know what you're doing. Alright, never mind.
So
I
you buy ration. You are now loaded up with plenty of friggin' rations.
Oh, crap. Hold on. So one water skin's gonna be full of water. I forgot what I was gonna fill the other two with. Can I buy milk?
Yeah,
I want to fill
there's
one
a
of them with
few
milk.
bottles of milk for sale. It seems that in this universe or in this setting, a pasteurization has been discovered.
Sweet.
So milk actually lasts.
That's awesome.
Kind of assumed that they would come in special magical bottles that just kind of leave it in suspension.
Those are
Hyrule
fairly
style.
expensive. However, condensed milk is also a thing.
And
Oh, Dusty wants condensed milk. He loves his sweets.
Very, very sweet. Very good.
I guess I'll fill the second one up with water as well.
All right. So since we are wrapping up soon, if you guys want to buy anything else in this sort of shopping montage, go ahead and message me or just put it in the group chat for this camp. Otherwise, we'll just go ahead and fast forward real quick to when you guys are actually heading out.
All right.
All right.
So, packed up and ready with as much stuff as you can carry, you start to head out towards the Mournland, towards that wall of mist in the distance. While you're on the path there, you see remnants of the beasts and various monstrosities that have clawed their way out to attempt a raid on the town. Kept at bay by a sizable amount of guards just watching the rather well fortified front gate. They kind of wave you through as you continue out on the dead grass. And the path is not very well traveled, and thus it's overgrown and not well maintained. And there's runoff spots, various pits and potholes. And as you continue onwards, that wall of mist in the distance keeps getting closer. There's a foul, foreboding wind blowing from ahead of you as the wind shifts from a westerly wind to an easterly wind. The wall keeps getting just larger and larger in front of you until you are at the threshold of when the Mournlands actually begin. It's an uncanny thing, this wall of mist, whereas normally normal mundane mist would be kind of flowing, and the edges and the boundaries would be awfully fuzzy. You know, you really couldn't tell where the fog began. But here, there's clear air and there's mist. Inside, you can hear the sound of something howling, kind of like a wolf off in the distance, but it's almost a human scream, kind of like a coyote or a mountain lion, except it has this jagged phlegminess that indicates something is off. You push inwards. Almost immediately after entering, you feel a strange prickliness along your skin. Strange pinpricks of almost like a mosquito bites every so often, and kind of coming in waves.
Does the tonic do anything about that, or I still feel that?
You still feel them. Although taking a drink of the tonic, go ahead and take away 1 use. The bottle will give you 50 uses. And
Okay.
each use is equivalent to about. It's basically 1 swig will give you 5 minutes of vision.
Okay, that's so 49. Okay.
For you, Inun, looking into the fog, the fog slowly sort of clears away, showing you a desolate, dry, arid landscape. Jagged mountains off in the distance are lit up with this unearthly, unholy glowing color of kind of a dirty, greenish white coming from somewhere to the north. And towards the south is another kind of similar color, except it's tinged with a malevolent red. Looking at the map that you were given, it shows how the path continues onwards. It also gives a few landmarks, a few desolated fields of battle where it's rumored some of the machines fight on. It also gives a few areas where you are under no circumstances to go. Various fields of red towards the north and south, flanking the road that passes through.
Can I see any like well-traveled paths now that it's
You're
clear?
basically on it right now.
Okay.
This is the only path that is. This is the only path that kind of stays in place.
He's going
As there's
to
a lot of drawings of the paths that kind of move around on their own accord, almost trying to mislead those who travel on.
Okay, Anun's gonna take out some of his cartographer supplies and keep up a map as he's going, but have it based off of the landmarks that he can see and not necessarily the directions.
All right.
Because I'd assume that my always knowing where north is going to get screwed here in the fog. Like most of the keen mind stuff probably won't work here.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
so
in fact, as you are keeping track of the direction you're going, you could swear that you're not facing the right direction that you came in. It feels in your gut to you like you're about to exit the mist at any time, but the path continues onwards in the same direction.
yeah, so he's translating these feelings into his map and making sure to mark whatever he can that keeps it on course.
Okay.
Mostly like nearby stuff, not keeping it too far for reasons that he's heard of it being difficult to navigate.
As you are continuing to do so, the rest of you are kind of following him almost blindly, just trying to make sure that you don't get lost because the fog is utterly just completely blinding in some parts, but it thins out in others. However, as Yark, as you sort of turn around and look behind you, you see that the path kind of fades away into the normal rocky, almost obsidian-covered sands.
Actually, I bought rope that I thought we could all like hold on to, just
Alright.
for a little extra.
Sure, you can tie ropes to yourselves. Yeah, I think that would be probably a place to stop.
It's tied to my tail.
All right.
And he's gonna call this the path to Salida del Sol.
Stop it.
If you want to save any,
Dean Domino is going to come out of the fog and shoot you with a gun, you dummy.
Oh man, Dean Domino's gonna exist in this world because I'm gonna raise his ass.
We got another fan art, and it is beautiful.
Ooh.
oh,
I think I saw that. Yeah.
Cargo.
Orange brulee. Bon appetit.
All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening for Echoes of Eberron Dungeons and Dragons. Unfortunately, Echoes of Eberron is going on hiatus for a few weeks. We may have an interim game coming soon. Not sure if that's going to be streamed yet because we're still figuring out details, but keep an eye out. It won't be on Tuesdays, though.
No. Probably on Thursdays or Fridays.
Well, it won't be on... If it's on Fridays, we won't be streaming it. But, anyways, thank you all so much for joining. Thank you for the support from my donators, subscribers, and patrons. I could not do this without you guys. And for now, I bid you all a very fond adieu.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Good night, friends.
Good night.
Bye-bye! For now!
We'll be back in about a month or so, Bowie. It's not forever.
Dova gonna get smart.
Yeah,
Yep.
Dova's got a class that is on Tuesdays, but he'll be back. Anyways, bye!
Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye-bye! Oh.